Hello everybody. Well, it's half term, so I've come casual. It is, oh dear, I know I say this every week. Is this the 9th of assembly of 10 weeks, Mr. Britton?
But I feel like we did 9 last week, but
did we?
It's the 9th this week, I forgot.
9th assembly, whatever. We've been here a long time. I think we've been in lockdown for 10 weeks. As I said, I'm not sure what day it is actually, but anyway, it's great to be here, good to see you. Just a little bit of news. You will be getting the June newsletter today, and also, it's mentioned in there, we have at last actually been able to source giant pumpkin seeds to make giant pumpkins. Now, some of you may well actually manage to get your pumpkin seed from the supermarket and get it planted. It's not too late to plant them. October is a long, long way away. Surely we won't be in lockdown in October. No, we won't. We will not be, he says. But there's one each. I'm not posting all these, but they will be available from Monday in a box outside. So if you're passing by and you are doing your daily walk, one each only, and you can get that seed planted, so you can be in the competition for the giant pumpkins this October. Full details in the June newsletter. Now then, just two call-outs to Debbie Garrett and to the world-famous Auntie Mary, because both of you said to me last week how much you loved doing our new song, Love Shine a Light. So this is for you. So we're all back, and we come into assembly, and live for the first time together, all will sing that song. It's going to be a special one for us. Anyway, buenas tardes, todos. Gracias. Well, I hope you had a great holiday week. The weather is amazing. It's officially the driest May, I think, on record, if not for many, many, many years. However, there are not many moles with a birthday at the moment. But if you still wash your hands, here we go. Happy birthday to William in year 1, Max, Henry and Oliver in 3, and Lily and Ollie in year 5. Happy birthday to you all. So it's that time.
Go home, always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in you are going home.
It never dates that song, Mr. Britton, does it?
No, never.
No, there's some songs that just last, and that's one of them. We'll have to listen to all of it one week. Anyway, before we get the gallery moving, I've got a couple of films. The first one is from, see, up on the screen, it is George, that's right. And George has made an amazing marble run. And a great celebration as well. I hope you realised how I built the tension there, George. I forgot to press play. Anyway, I won't do the same thing to Clara. Now, Clara has done some amazing work on the Vikings, and she's presenting this in role play as a monk.
And I am a monk. I have lived in Lindisfarne for 10 years. When the Vikings came, I was frightened. The weather was terrifying and stormy. They stole the statue of Mary with Jesus. They stole expensive books, golden cups, our special holy water, chestfuls of money, wheat, vegetables, pigs, cows, our corn. They stole everything. They killed all my brothers. There was a lot of violence and bloodshed. It was chaos, screaming monks everywhere, not knowing where to go. We were defenseless. I am the only one who survived.
Wow. Well done, Clara. We're very, very impressed with that piece of work, to present it in role play, like almost hot seating. Very moving, well done. Anyway, it's time for the gallery. And first up, we have Max for the house he designed and built for his D&T project. Lots of photographs there, many rooms as well. Well done, Max. Sophie, a wonderful portfolio of work, and Sophie's in the foundation stage. Look at all the different areas of the curriculum she covered. Leo, consistently working hard at home on schoolwork and baking. Nice buns there, well done, Leo. Ben, another piece of great work on the Vikings, and that's a Viking shield that he's done there. Nice sketching, nice use of the pencil there, well done. This is the start of a huge presentation by Ella on an in-depth study on water resistance. And you can see on the side there were other slides. This is from Sam, and he has been also looking at air resistance. Well done, Sam. Eve, similarly, she's been looking at air resistance, and you can see her is about to fall there from the bedroom window. It's a parachute. Now this is introducing 3 children who are all-round moles, because they have put so much effort into everything that has been set over the last 9 or 10 weeks. And so coming up first, the first all-round golden mole is Lucy. And Lucy's done a wonderful job with all her work, and we're really, really proud of what she's managed, particularly over maths over the last 8 weeks, 9 weeks. Chloe, great efforts and enthusiasm with all her learning tasks, including bonus activities. Well done, Chloe. And the last one up here is Rose, amazing, creative and beautifully constructed writing every single week. Well done, you all-rounders. Now we're going to actually fade that there because we have a special feature. Now then, a lot of you have been doing some wonderful artwork right across the whole period. And Mrs. Ripley set a special project, a different one for each year group. And I have to say, as you now know, I have been teaching long time. I go back to my very first class of year 2 and year 3 children. As the teachers will probably tell you, I get quite fussy about art, you know, black outlines, you know what I mean, all that sort of thing. And I always worry, and I do worry at times, you know that as well, when work goes home as to what actually will happen. But I have to tell you, in my career, you have proved me wrong. And I am so pleased you've done it, because the quality of the work you have presented is phenomenal. Right from foundation stage up to year 6, your enthusiasm for art and the creative process. I know Mrs. Ripley is absolutely thrilled with what she's received. All the teachers are. And I tell you, I am honoured to be called the head teacher of children who can actually produce such beautiful artwork. So this is a celebration. Obviously we can't show everybody's, but it is a celebration of art in lockdown at Molescroft Primary School. coloured my world. That was amazing. And what you can't see at home are the descriptions and the evaluations that the children, particularly the older children, wrote about the projects. Absolutely outstanding quality. Thank you so much. Now, last week the theme was disappointments, and we talked about a lot about Year 6 and the residential visit. And I did say today that I would talk a little bit about Hairspray and what can we do. Well, we know what we can't do at the moment. We can't put on a normal show, clearly. We're not allowed to dance together. We can't act together. We can't be physical with each other. Even if we could, by, say, July, we would not be allowed to have an audience in the hall. And let's be honest, everybody, we have to do all we have to do to make sure there is no second wave of the virus. But this is Molescroft, and we can be creative. We can sing, we can act verbally, we can do things remotely. But then I have to also ask myself, is it worth it? Because it's complex to try to do something very special. Well, as I said last week, I think for our Year 6, for whom this is their last production, and for those soloists who were so enthusiastic in Year 6 and Year 5 for the show, I think it is worth trying something. So what is it? Well, we are going to try and present Hairspray at home on Friday the 10th of July 2020, which would have been the last night of the production. We're going to invite the entire community to be part of a production of Hairspray. But what will that be like? Well, Year 6, all being well, you are going to be coming into school in the next month. And I also would like, with parents' permission, on very specially selected moments, to invite the Year 5 soloists to attend at specially selected times, as I say. We will observe social distancing. This is a photograph from last week's gallery. Remember, somebody had made a theatre in a box. Well, that was sort of the idea that I started with, but it's developed from there. It was interesting. But here's a picture of the hall. In fact, as it is now, you can't see it, because teachers, teaching assistants, we have been in school meeting, discussing how we safely reopen the school. And there's about 30 chairs out there, so I could have 5 of you very safely in here at a time. Because what we want to do is to record a radio play. Now, have you heard this? I'd be quite surprised actually if you actually are a listener of it. Maybe you are. But you dare see you've got some parents who are. I have to say, if I'm happening to be driving home early, I will have it on in the car. And the programme is called, do you know? Mr. Britton, do you recognise it?
It's The Archers!
It's The Archers, that's right. It's the longest running soap in the world. Far longer than Coronation Street and EastEnders and Emmerdale and Hollyoaks and all the rest of them. But it's a radio one. You hear and the pictures are in your mind. But we're not just going to stop at that. We are going to record the radio play of the script. So all you soloists, you will not need to know your lines, but you will have to be very familiar with them, because you'll be sat very well spread out with a microphone and will record the script. Soloists, you will also be able to record yourself singing your song, and if you wish, it can be filmed as well. All the slides for the background that we always have for the productions, they are all ready. Mr. Wood's done all those. I'm going to send home to you all who are in the show, year 4, 5 and 6, a simple suggestion for a costume. No expense, no spending money. You can come up with a 60s outfit, I'm more than sure. But you're invited, you don't have to, you're invited to have a photograph taken of you in costume. You might strike a pose, but soloists, we definitely need you to do this. Send them in, and then I'm going to have them sent out. I'm going to collect them all, and I'm going to send them out so you can make a little puppet show if you like, but you don't need to make the actual theatre. But you might want these puppets ready for the big night. Then after that, I've got some other exciting news because I spoke to Laura, and she is preparing, she's going into the studios at White College, and she is going to prepare routines, a full routine for a song for each dance group. Okay? And that will be sent to you, all of you in the dance groups, and you can prepare, you can learn the dance for one of the songs. She's also going to send the choreography across to you for the big finale as well. You'll then be invited, you don't have to, but I hope the young man playing Brad, I hope you're going to do this, will send through a film of you dancing. And then Mr. Britton, who is collapsing slightly in the back of the hall at the moment, is going to help me. Mr. Britton is going to put together the songs with the dancers so that when we have Hairspray at home, you'll be able to watch yourself as well as being part of it. You'll know the songs, you'll be able to join in with the songs, and we are going to film it just like it would be an assembly, both acts. So I'll be here at the beginning, and it'll all appear on the screen. Parents, you won't even have to wait for the interval to get to the bar. There are positives to be found in everything. There's always a silver lining, isn't there? So, that I hope will be something special that we can do for the people who are in the show this year, and particularly for Year 6 and for the soloists. And then we will do it next year fully, properly, so that we do get our chance to do Hairspray. So we will recast, but those of you who've got solo parts in Year 5, and if you want to keep the part you've got, you will be able to. Or if you wish to be considered for somebody else, you can do that as well. It is still dependent on things happening as we expect. There could be a reason why the government decides to go backwards with the plans, and we go back into a form of lockdown, in which case there is a limit to what we can do. But I know how keen you are. I saw the film you sent last week, and I thought, I've got to try something. And we're going to do our best. So I hope that is some sort of good news for all of you. Thank you so much. So it's time now for the hymn. And we're going to do the hymn which I introduced last week, Hallelujah. Do you remember the words? You just put them up on the screen. Let's just levez-vous s'il vous plaît, chantez tout le monde. We just hang on 1 second, Mr. Britton. Remember, it's ever so simple. The words change a little bit, but basically it's the same. Hallelujah, sing a song. Hallelujah, we'll follow along. With a simple word, a single word, we bless the sky, the tree, the bird, and we fill our heart with joy. Hallelujah. It's that simple. And that's all you need to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Okay? Except you're just going to go up a key quite regularly. Shall we try it? Come on, let's do for it. Go.
Hallelujah, sing a song. Hallelujah, we'll follow along. With a simple word, a single word, we bless the sky, the tree, the bird, and we fill our heart with joy. Hallelujah.
Start bobbing a bit now.
Hallelujah, sons of light. Hallelujah, the sunshine above. Hallelujah.
Oh, wonderful. I'll tell you something, I bet Elspeth, she was singing that long note at the end there. Well done, Elspeth. In fact, she's in school today, so I know she will be. If you'd like to pray your own, put your hands together, or close your eyes, or share the Amen at the end. My prayer today is for our people. For 10 weeks, it's for 10 weeks, we've been in lockdown, as though in hibernation, popping our heads outside for the briefest of spells. We now start again to explore the world around us, tentatively, nervously, and we wonder what the country is like. It seems strange seeing people walking by in masks, people passing by 2 meters away from each other. But we shouldn't be frightened. Behind the masks and the screens at the shops, the people are the same. And who are these people? These are the people who have shown that they care for each other. They clap to show their appreciation for nurses and doctors, so that they know they matter to us all. These people deliver food and parcels to vulnerable folks they've never met before. These people know their neighbours a little more and appreciate their environment in a way they hadn't noticed a few months ago. These people use their talents online to keep others, again, that they've never met, entertained, fit, healthy, and educated. These people show they care for their fellow citizens by keeping themselves and those they pass by safe from harm. These people are the British people, you and me. And despite the obstacles in our way, we'll be staying alert to do the right thing so that life can start to become something like normal, something like the one we used to remember and the one we recognise still. We are these people. Amen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Britton. Levez-vous, s'il vous plaît. I gave the orchestra a rest this week, but it is half term. I'm sure they'll be back next week, so watch out for that. Hairspray at home, eh? That's a first. Let's go out with a bit, shall we? I know we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Nothing will stop the beat at Molescroft. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.